So he was like, I'm going to talk to you in French, and then I'm going to gauge where you are with your French. Then I asked him, so do I respond in English? Like, who does that? Like, duh, respond in French. He wants to gauge where your French is. God, okay, God. You see where you're bringing me. You see where you're bringing me. Hi guys, how you all doing? I hope you guys are doing well and keeping well. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Shyro, and if you are a returning viewer or a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my content. I really love and appreciate you guys, and I hope that this channel and whatever I am sharing is an encouragement to you and the people that are around you. In today's video, I just wanted to share with you guys something that I think would be of encouragement to somebody, and I really hope that you're going to pick one or two things from this story. So I'm going to share with you guys how God gave me a job that I did not expect, that I did not apply for. It just came to me. And sadly, because of my relocation, this is a job that now I have to quit. But I am going to give you a bit of a background and how I spoke things into existence and how I spoke by faith, and here we are now. So without much ado, let's get into the video. So guys, I'm going to assume that you don't know me, you don't know anything about me, and nobody on this channel knows me or knows anything about me. Kidding. Since I started my career, I have only worked, I think let's say one job that has been constant, and I've worked since 2013 till 2021. But of course, during those 9 years, and you know, when you stay at a place for 9 years, there's a point it just gets and you're just like, I really need change. But within those 9 years, I had done a lot of job applications. I think if I were to go through my emails, I can find, I think, more than 100 job applications. But none of those applications were ever successful. And I've also shared my story times of my flopped interviews and just interviews that just did not go my way. And yeah, if you want any of those videos, just go to my storytime playlist and you're going to get those storytime interview job flops that I have done. For those 9 years that I worked, I just felt, it just got to a point that I really felt like I needed change. And that was in 2021. Now, how this story ties in is that in 2020, when we did our visa application, my colleague at that place of work had succeeded in 2018, I think. And so they moved out of the country in 2019 or there. I was just doing it just so that in case it works out, I have something else to do or somewhere else to go. And yeah, it was just one of those, okay, sour, let's just try it out. And it got to 2021 and I was just like, I'm not seeing like this story is going anywhere. I'm not seeing like any movement is going to happen. So let me just look for jobs, and if something comes up, well and good. If the visa process is successful, well and good. At some point I was just like, okay, maybe God doesn't want me to get a new job because he wants my visa process to be successful. So maybe he just wants me to stay here so that it's not a disappointment to my new employer if I am to quit or if I am to leave my job, you know. I just kind of left it. I didn't really like that feeling of I want change, of I want something different was still bugging me inside. But you know, Nairobi, you know, Kenya, like getting a job is not, you know, need to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who is going to recommend you, something of that sort. In March of 2021, I get a message. So the lady is like, hi Mercy. I said, okay, for those who don't know, my name is Mercy. So, hi Mercy, I sent you an email on Tuesday. This was now on Thursday. And she's like, I sent you an email on Tuesday. Did you have a look at it? I was like, no, I've not checked my email. So, yeah, so she was like, okay, so there's a job. We came across your account on Fuzu. So Fuzu is a Kenyan website where you upload your CV and your experience and all that. And also it does a lot of job applications. So she was like, we saw your profile on Fuzu and we think that this is a job that you would be interested in. Here is the job description. Have a look at it and see if you would be interested. I looked at the job description and it was pretty much what I did on a day-to-day basis for 9 years. So I was like, this one, yeah, sour. But now the thing is, it was an agency that was doing the recruiting. So, and you know, sometimes these agency things, you're just like, especially in Kenya, you're just like, these agencies are just scam, they're just blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, let me just do it for the sake of doing it. So I sent the lady, I didn't even do like a cover letter or anything. It was just, hi, following our conversation, please find attached my CV for your consideration. Best regards, Wanjiro. Like that, and I sent it out. And then surprisingly, she sent me a message on Thursday evening. She told me, your CV looks like it's a match for this job. Would you be interested to come to an interview on such and such a date at a certain hotel? And I was just like, these people who call people for interviews at hotels are just scam. I'm really sorry about the noise. I don't know what I can do about it. I'm really sorry. Children are playing outside. So anyway, yeah, so she asked me for if I would be available for an interview on such and such a date at such and such a place. And I was like, these people who call people for interviews at hotels are usually not genuine. Because you know, it's like a third party person doing an interview on behalf of the organization or on behalf of the company. It's a third party doing an interview on behalf of the organization or on behalf of the company. So I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to come. It was a Monday. I was like, yeah, I'm going to come. So on a Monday, I didn't even put effort. Do you remember, like the other one I was telling you that I put effort? I even went and bought an outfit. This one I did not even put any effort. I was just like, these people who have just fished me from I don't know where. If they are real, well and good. If they are not, I have nothing to lose. I still have my other job. So I went for the interview. I, of course, searched in the job description. There was a place where it mentioned who the company is. So I did a bit of research about the company, about the bosses, about the structure and all that, what they do, blah, blah, blah. So at least when I went for the interview, I was not 100% clueless. So when I got to the hotel, I was getting into the lift. And then the lady who was coming for me, I had called her and I was like, okay, I'm at the hotel lobby. She's like, okay, I'm going to come for you. So she comes to first floor and she picks me. And then when I was doing research of the company, of course, I saw some faces, they had put photos. So I saw the boss of the company and I was like, so when we got into the lift, I was like, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. And then he was like, good morning. And then we got into the place where they were doing the interview. So the lady is like, just wait for your turn. We're going to start the interview shortly. So I was like, okay, so when this guy sees me in the interview room, he's going to remember that he saw me in the lift, and that is going to give me a plus because for starters, I was earlier than my time. So I waited for the interview time, and then we were given 2 interviews. There was a written test, English, French, French, English. It was a bilingual position. So I did the written part, which was I don't even, you know, you're timed and then you're told when you're done, send your written test to such and such an email. So I finished, I sent, but then I was like, I think I've made a mistake. Can I redo? So I redo. I said, I think I did that like thrice. And then that lady was like, okay, no, Mercy, we need to finish with this, your written test. You need to go for the oral. Because for me, at the back of my mind, I was just like, these guys are not serious. Why are you calling me for an interview at the hotel? In as much as I've seen the boss, why are you calling me for an interview at the hotel? So anyway, I went, I did the oral interview. The boss was there, and so we were just having a chit chat. And then he's like, oh, I saw you at the lift. And I was like, yeah, we met at the lift, we said hi to each other. So it was a pretty relaxed interview, no pressure, no nothing. We were having just a friendly conversation, and then he's like, okay, so I'm going to talk to you in French, and then you're going to respond so that I can gauge your how good your French is. And because I was not having any like positivity about this job. Remember, I was not praying for a job, I was not expecting, I had not applied, so it was just zileza. So he was like, I'm going to talk to you in French, and then I'm going to gauge where you are with your French. Then I asked him, so do I respond in English? Like, who does that? Like, duh, respond in French. He wants to gauge where your French is. So anyway, yeah, we had a conversation, blah blah blah. I finished the interview, and shoop, I went home. Um, then when I got home, I realized, first of all, I did not even dress up for the interview. I was just a shirt, a coat, a skirt, and flat shoes. I did not bother myself by the at high heels for who? Looking official, because it was even a broken suit. It was not even at a full suit. I was just casual smart. But yeah, then when I got home, I realized that I had worn two different earrings. Like, motherhood will show you wonders. Character development. I realized I had worn two different earrings. Anyway, so to cut the long story short, the next day I get an email from the same people who had asked for my CV. And they're like, dear Mercy, congratulations, you have been selected for this position. We're going to go ahead and talk to your referees and ask them to fill out this form, ask them to do this and that. And I was like, okay, so just like that is how I've gotten a job. Like, I've not prayed for a job, I've not applied for a job. It has just come and found me at my desk where I was sitting. But of course, after the interview, I went home. So after the interview, of course, I went home and I was just like, okay, God, if this is your will, and if this job is for me, since it has come to me, then I'm going to accept it. So after I've talked to my referees and I told them, fill this form, send it back to the recruiter. The next day, now on the Wednesday, I fasted. So this thing just got into me. I was just like, okay, I've gone for the interview. I've gone through all the trouble of going for an interview. So why can't I have this job? I am not the one who looked for this job. This job came to me. So I fasted that day and I just told God, okay, I want this job. I want this job, and I know that before I had been looking for a job and I really wanted change, and I don't really care how much money these people are giving me. As long as it is not lesser than what I am getting, I really don't care. I just want change. So that day I fasted, I prayed, and in the end I was just like, okay, God, I know that you're going to do it for me. God, if this is your will, then let it be done. And then the next day I got a call, and they were like, we are going to send you an offer letter. You're going to get an offer letter from your employer. Hey, these children. You're going to get a letter from the employer, and if you accept the offer that they're giving you, then you'll let us know when to start. And I was just like, I am ready. I don't care what you're giving me. I just want difference. I just want a different job. So they sent me the offer letter. The offer was good. I accepted. And so I started my new job last year in April, and it is what I have been doing till now. So in April, between April and May, of course, we did not know anything about our visa application results. So in May, when we checked, we were successful. So our offices were in South Sea, and us guys live in Ruaka. Us guys live on Limuru Road. Another story is that we were moving to Limuru Road because the job that I had at that time was moving their offices to Runda. So I was like, okay, let's move closer to the workplace. We reduce on transport, we reduce on fuel, and I'm closer to the workplace. But who is God? Who is God? As in, I am all the way on Limuru Road in Raka. My office is in South Sea. Like, across town. And before that, us guys were living in Ngong. So I mean, Ngong and South Sea is just Karibu. Now we're in Rwaka, we are all the other way to South Sea. So now when I was starting my job, the first day when I was going to work, I just told God, okay, God, you see where you're bringing me. You see where you're bringing me. You're bringing me to Mombasa Road. Mombasa Road ni njia ya kwenda wapi? Airport. I was like, you're bringing me to Mombasa Road. So, airport, the next stop for me should be the airport. And in my head, I was, of course, just saying it as a joke. I was just like, okay, so natoka Rwaka, naenda mpaka South Sea. Huko tu, hivyo tu ndivyo naenda. So in my head, I was just like, from Mombasa Road here, airport is the next place you're going to take. Airport is the next place you're going to take me. And that was before we even got our results in May. So every day that I would use Mombasa Road, I would just tell God, I don't know if this is a sign that you're showing me, you're taking me closer to the airport, or I am just overthinking. But me, all I know is from South Sea. I don't want to go back to CBD or any other place. Mi nataka kuangalia wapi? I just want to go to the airport. That is why I am facing airport. And yeah, so that is how I got my new job, which I did not look for. And that is how we are now headed to the airport, from Mombasa Road to the airport. And yeah, as in when God decides He's going to work out your life. And this job, I am very thankful for this job, and I am actually very sad that I have to leave, because it is a job that has really given me stability, especially financially. It has given me stability. It has enabled me to do things that I would not have done if I was still in my other workplace. It is also a job that really helped us when it came to our visa applications and our payments and all those things. Like, it really helped a big deal. And honestly, I don't take it for granted, because working at a place for 9 years is just yeah. And you know, so some of these positions that we have, you're not really growing. You're growing as an individual, as a person, but you're not growing career wise. You're just somehow constant, maybe learning new things here and there. But this new place has really opened a lot of, like, it has opened my mind. It has exposed me to different places, to different things, which I am really thankful for. And it is really sad that I have to leave, because first of all, my contract was for 3 years. So I knew for 3 years I had a stable job, I had a stable income and good experience. So yeah, I'm really sad that I have to leave it. But as I said, from Raka to Mombasa Road to airport, I'm going to see if I can attach the map so that you guys can understand the distance between Raka and South Sea and Mombasa Road, the airport. Yenye nilikuwa nasema, God, huku kwenye unanipeleka ni wapi? Paka airport. So yeah, so that is how God just works His things out. You just have to trust the process. It's not always easy. For me, I never ever thought that. I had gotten to a point where I just accepted that this is my place of work. This is where I am going to stay until maybe I start a business, or maybe I was not really having a lot of hope in getting a new job or anything. But I was really thankful for that job, because it helps me raise my kids, because it was really flexible. So yeah, that's just how God works His things out. And I don't even know, like, if you guys just see me sometimes getting emotional, sometimes I just want to sing, sometimes I just want to praise God, I just want to pray, I just want to talk about God's goodness and His story and His perspective in our lives. Like, just allow me to do it, because maybe ndio najua where God has brought us from and what God has done for me in my life. And yeah, I just want to share these stories with anybody out there. If ever you feel discouraged, just know that God always has a plan for you and always has something in store. Like, we never know what tomorrow brings. We never know what the future holds. But he's never surprised. He's always like, Shyro, you want to change jobs? Yeah, so me, this job, I just call it God-given, because I didn't necessarily look for it. It came to me. So yeah, so that is where we are with our relocation. That is where we are with our relocation. and our process and the transitions that we have to make. And yeah, this is one of those hard transitions. Like, I think I have about a month at work because I needed to give 3 months notice. So I did give my notice, and I am already in the process of handing over. So it is becoming pretty emotional. It is becoming emotional because I had gotten really comfortable. I had gotten extremely comfortable with the work, and I had already gotten the hang of it. But as God would have it, as life would have it, here we are. We need to embrace change, and it is good change, which I am excited about. So I I have about 1 month before my last day of work. So yeah, it feels sad. It feels sad, but what needs to happen needs to happen. So hope you guys are enjoying this journey. It is a really exciting journey for me, and it is just full of so many things that I really want to share with you guys, and I'm going to try my best to share as much as possible, just to show you the roller coasters of such a journey, but at the same time how God comes through and how things just work out according to his plan and according to his purpose, just to make us comfortable and just to give us the life that he intends for us to have. So thank you so much for watching the video till here. I really appreciate you guys. I really love you guys, and I hope you will continue to watch this content. And subscribe to the channel. Of course, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Keep positive, keep praying, and don't give up. Bye.